Hello everyone, so we are going to start. Thanks for coming, welcome to the Shadow Realm Community Expansion live chat event. I will be there for at least 3 hours, I don't know about you. We will have different steps during the event. So first we will see just the Shadow Realm expansion current status. So we are not even in alpha mode, so there are still a lot of issues and bugs, etc. Please forgive us, but I think we already have enough content to show, and it's interesting to share it with the community. We hope you enjoy it, and you encourage us to continue to move forward with it. And so I will present some stuff for about 30 minutes. Then we should have a PvP player versus player battle between Nemesis Zero and Abednego. Abednego commented by Marcus Spurs. It should be really great because there are two very good players, and I'm really eager to see it myself, and I'm also really eager to play the arena map. It's a new mode, a new map that we are promoting, we are developing right now for quick PvP. We'll also have discussions with the team who are developing the Shadow Realm expansion, so you can ask your questions on the Shadow Realm tab on the chat of the battlefield. I see that there are at least 3 members of the team, I think, who are here in addition to me. So Draxynnic, Lord of Links, and Bob. Then we will also share a lot of videos from the community, best mode, best maps, etc. I'm coming back to this map in a few minutes, but first let's have a look at the character generator. So it's not yet ready, but it's still worth it's still worth a look, I think. So yeah, Drax is here, he's saying hello on the chat. There is a latency between what I'm saying and what is going on in the chat, because YouTube takes like a few seconds or a few minutes to display the streaming. So to play the expansion, you will have to activate 4 modes. So it's a lot, but it's difficult to do less. So I'm maybe going to show that later on, but not now. So the 4 modes are Decodence, random map generator integration, the Shadow Realm expansion itself, and the Shadow Realm random map generator mode. And we will have 2 versions, one with and one without the Shadow Realm. So it means right now I've got the Shadow Realm activated, but I cannot choose it here actually. It's activated because I'm using the mode with the Shadow Realm. I'm with the Shadow Realm activated. So if I don't want the Shadow Realm layer, I mean the layer in addition to surface and underground, then I need to choose the other version of the mode. Then otherwise it's as usual. In terms of geography, it's also as usual. Unfortunately, we cannot add new content on the user interface to say, for instance, how much void you want on the Shadow Realm and that kind of stuff. Then, when it comes to choosing your leader, you will see that you have the Shadow Elves race. So right now I don't have any Shadow Elves leader, and so I'm going to customize one. At any point you can ask some questions on the chat, and then we can pick them up. So the Shadow Elves are just after the Elves, and right now their models are based on the elves. So we are hoping to continue improving the models, but actually it will be a bit difficult because we don't have a 3D modeler working on the units right now. That's one thing we lack, and in the past it was Charlatan and vfxrob who worked on this. For personal reasons, they had to pause their contribution, and we are hoping that at some point they will be able to work on the project again. But it's one thing that we are hoping to improve, but it's a bit complicated. So you can choose the texture of the units as for any other race, but it's mainly based on, or only based actually on the elves. The high elves. So that's it. Actually, I should, yeah. Okay, let's generate a new world again. Actually, then on the map that we are going to see, there will be some elements that we will probably remove on the final version, which are based on the Decodence RMG integration. So I posted on the Battlefield chat the description of the extension, and I'm going to reload, I think. So in this page on the wiki, you can see all the content of the map, of the expansion. Sorry. So the expansion is going to include one new layer, so that's the Shadow Realm layer, with a specific climate, which is the Shadow climate. In this Shadow Realm climate, it will have the normal overlays, so that's basically fertile plains, dense vegetation, etc. In addition to that, you've got some new structures. So you've got some old structures, like for instance the castle of the Lich King, some for instance Vault of Knowledge, etc. But then you also have some exclusive new structures that have been designed by the team working on the expansion, and Charlatan in terms of graphics, and a lot of links also in terms of graphics, in terms of models, 3D models. So now it seems I've got a slight... so the Shadow Realm is this. So right now it's still under work, obviously, as you can see, because when it's generated on the random map generator, it creates some very narrow paths, and between the paths it's a void, and then you've got some structures that are isolated that you cannot reach. So we are working on it, and it's quite complicated. It's one of the first time there is a new layer that has been developed. And so it's a bit complicated, but so it's going well. We've got the sites that are generated, the cities, the different types. So for instance, this is barren, I think. No, actually this should be dense vegetation, and barren is more like even more blue. We've got fertile plains, we've got swamps. So all this has been developed by Charlatan in his Decodence mode, and then you've got the new structures, but actually I think they are not on this map. They are in the, I mean, they are not on this Shadow Realm layer, but they are on the normal layer. So on the normal layer, on the surface layer, we've got some new climates, but actually it's likely that they will be removed, at least at the beginning. They will be removed from the expansion because we need to make sure that they are balanced in the game. and we don't want to bring too much content at the same time, but maybe on later iterations of the expansion we can bring more, and so there is the autumn layer, autumn climate, which has been done by Charlatan also on the Decodence mode. And then you've got the tundra climate, so this is a tundra climate. And you also have some new sites that were brought by Charlatan, but they will not, at least at the beginning, they should not be on the main. They should not be on the surface layer. They should be only on the shit. I screwed up the cheat code. They should be only on the Shadow Realm layer. Okay, this time it's good. So if we check some of the new sites, I will tell you which ones will be there and which one will not be. So this is a teleporter, so it will be modified. The model for the Shadow Gate has been prepared, but it's not yet integrated into the mod, but it will be very, very quickly. It's almost ready. So I used the teleporter, and now I'm on the Shadow Realm layer, but unfortunately I'm stuck. Then we've got some nice traveling circus, but for now it's not planned on the extension. Actually, it's on the Decodence mode, but it's not on the Shadow Realm expansion for now. I'm looking for some other sites. We've got 3 new sites that should be on the map, but I cannot find them for now. One is the Sword of the Ashen Rose. One is the Raven Home, and the third one is Flame of Growth. Where is it? I cannot see any of them. It's strange. I guess I will have to generate a new map. On my previous test, I had some of them. Actually, I could load some of the save. One of the save I made earlier where I had them. So, for instance, I've got this one, but it's not planned to be on the extension either. It's I think kind of in for machines. I think Foundry. So this is also a site from Charlatan, but it's not planned for the Shadow Realm expansion for now. So then, if we look at the Shadow Elves units, so on the link I gave on the chat, you've got the full lineup. So for now they have the icons of the High Elves, but of course they will have their own icons, and this is also something that is a bit behind in terms of progress. It's the icons, but I think we should be fine with the icons, and we should have them quickly, I hope. So, for instance, for Storm Bolts, it's range attack of the Shadow Elf support, the Storm Priest, and so for now it's using the Steel Enchantment icon, but then of course it will have its own icon. So you can see from this support unit that they have their own. I mean, it's the basic channels, damage channels of the Shadow Elves. It's Storm, and so electricity, shock, I mean, and Frost. So that's the 2 main channels of the Shadow Elves, and the more Frost they have, the more magic there are. So our lore expert here, advisor, is Draxynnic, who has really a very, very big experience, very impressive experience in terms of lore for Age of Wonder. And he did very nice descriptions of the units, but actually they are not yet here, but you can see them on the wiki, the link I gave in the chat. Then the Storm Priest, they can summon lightning sprites, So I'm going to show you the units in action. So first let's build some T3 with the cheat codes. Oh, sorry. So Warhol is ready, and then let's build the reference file for now, but it has its own name that you can see on the wiki. So now I should be able to build the Umbral Weaver. So actually it's not cavalry like the High Elves. It's foot soldier kind of, and it's a support unit. Okay, so let's go do a small battle with all Shadow Elves units. So this is Umbral Weaver, and you can see he has two abilities. One is Invoke Darkness, and the other one is Shadow Burst. So Shadow Burst is a bit similar to the ability, I don't remember the name, from the Halfling Eagle Rider, except that it's frost and physical damage. So the Umbral Weaver is of course quite magical, shadowy unit. So it has inflict marked by shadows, which inflict marked by shadows to the enemy units, target units. And then you've got some of the units in the lineup of Shadow Elves that can exploit shadow. So, for instance, the Archon, I think. No, not the Archon. The Exterminator, I guess. No. So they also have inflict marked by shadow, night guard, on medal actually. So on gold medal they can exploit shadows, which gives more damage when they attack. So you've got some nice synergies between the units. Some mark by shadows the enemy units, and other ones benefit from it. So you have to combine your units in an interesting way. Let's show the Umbral Weaver and the rest in action. So the summon lightning sprite, I think, is not yet working exactly as we would like. We didn't spend enough time, I think, to discuss it yet. But basically, it's a summon, a battle summon. The idea came from one mod of the community, from Garesh. And it's supposed to last only for 3 turns. So so for now it's a kind of wisp, but it's going to be modified later on. And so it just rushes on your enemies and do some damage to them. So it's a really new way to play with battle summons that are ephemeral, that dies after 3 turns. And you will have to find new ways to do your tactical battles with them. Then you've got the Shadow Elf Touch that I showed in the video teaser of the Shadow Elves that have the touch abilities. Sorry, the Shadow Shift ability. The Shadow Shift gives them Incorporeal and Frost Weapon for 1 turn, and you can use it only once per battle. So it transforms an irregular unit into a unit that is incorporeal. So that's really a big boost, but you have to use it very carefully and cleverly, only when you are in contact with your opponent, because it lasts only for 1 turn. invoke darkness right now requires 3 action points. So we have some new particle effects. For now we only have a few, but in the end we should have much more. It's a work of Bob in the team. And so for the Umbral Weaver, we've got one new effect for the Invoke Darkness ability. So it's a very new ability also with 5 axes of diameter. So it can really hurt on a big surface. As you can see, I can strike 3 enemy units, and it does frost and physical damage, and it can blind them. So it's really powerful, but you need 3 action points to use it. 1 turn cooldown, and it starts on cooldown and medium range. So you can see the new PFX from it, and I blinded everyone, so it's great. I'm going to end this fight, and I think we are going to see the PvP, and then we will come back to the Shadow Realm expansion, because obviously there is a lot more to see. And we are also looking forward to the questions you may have. I haven't even discussed the dwellings and the other new units that we will have. What the fuck? It should be blind. Ah, yeah, okay, I guess, yeah. That's always a problem, that blinded units, they have 1 X, but actually you can still attack you on 2 X's. It's filthy, Draxynnic Flame bastards. And yeah, the Exterminator has lifesteal, so I'm going to take back some HP from the nasty Draconnians. So we also have, of course, a new defense building for the Shadow Elves, but I think it's not yet implemented. We also have Shadow Elf racial governance, but I think it's also not yet implemented. We have the class units. So if I build some class buildings, you will see that we can get the class units. So it's a complete race, and as far as I know, there is only one other complete race that has been done by the community of Age of Wonder, and it's Archons. So in the Shadow Realm expansion, we are doing the Archons as a dwelling. Which lives in the Shadow Realm layer. Eolmok did the Archons as a race, but so that's the second full race that is being done for Age of Wonder, but it's in a more coherent, complete universe with not only the Shadow Elves but also so the Archons, some Shadow Demons, the Dark Elves, some new structures. And that's the first time we really have new structures, layer, etc., all put together. So that's really a big work and coherent work, and also with some lore. We don't have a campaign or maps for now, but I really hope we will have some later on, but not on the first release of the expansion. So yeah, you can see the Shadow Elves Crusader, for instance. So the models were done by vfxrob. Yes, or mode VFX should be working now. I didn't try it yet. I should try it. But actually, I'm not sure. Did I? Maybe I don't have it because I was maybe not able to upload the latest version. Download the latest version. I'm not sure. Anyway, we'll have it after the break, I guess. So yeah, the Crusaders, they have Storm Champion instead of Holy Champion because they are Shadow Elves. So some units, not all of them, but many units, class units have some specificities because they are Shadow Elves. You can see that on the wiki page that I linked before. So they have their Shadow Elf icon with their specific Shadow Elves abilities, which we don't really... Yeah, they have +1 resistance. It's difficult to see, but they have +2 resistance actually. And yeah, Storm Champion, so it means +5 shock damage instead of the normal spirit damage. Shadow Elf Exalted, they are not yet in the final version, I think. And so you can see the model from vfxrob. This one is normal units. And the Evangelist has... I know it's not... On the Exalted they have also a different ability on middle. So it's not... I don't remember the name, but you can see on Elite it's Dark Zeal. I don't remember the name for the normal units. PvP bot. Okay, so we will make a break for the Shadow Realm for now and start the PvP battle. So you can switch to the PvP battle tab on the battlefield chat. And also, so if you have any questions you want us to answer, you've got 4 persons from the developing team, the volunteers from the developing team. So Draxynnic, Bob, Lord of Things, and myself. And so we will come back in about 45 minutes when they have finished the battle, or if they don't finish a bit before. Continue exploring the Shadow Realm and the new Archons and Dark Elves and other stuff. So see you soon. I'm cutting the stream. Thanks for watching this first video of the Shadow Realm. In the links above you can go directly to the second part of the Shadow Realm presentation, or you can also look at the video of the PvP battles between Nemesis Zero and Abednego, which is commented by Marcus Peirce. Or on the third link you can also check the video of the PBM and single player balance mode, which I strongly recommend.